What if the biggest limitation in your life wasn't your circumstances? What if it was a belief you carried for decades? A belief about success, about love, money, spirituality, about yourself. Because beliefs create choices. Choices create habits. Habits create your future. If you're a Virgo rising, Chiron moving through your ninth house begins the extraordinary process of rebuilding your life from the inside out, starting with your beliefs. So, hello. Welcome to Intuitive Dreams 1111. This is a channel where we do focus on both astrology and tarot. Today, we are talking about Chiron being in the sign of Taurus. So when Chiron enters this house, your beliefs are no longer something you inherit. They become something you consciously choose. Virgo risings, Chiron asks one profound question. Are you living according to what you've been taught to believe? Or according to what your soul knows to be true? That question becomes the guiding force of this transit. So let's talk a little bit about the ninth house. So this governs our expansion. It rules higher education, spirituality, religion, philosophy, life purpose, teaching, publishing, writing, foreign cultures, long distance travel, international opportunities, law, ethics, mentors, wisdom, and personal growth. This is the house that asks life's biggest questions. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What do I truly believe? When Chiron enters this house, those questions become deeply personal. So this transit is about healing limiting beliefs. One of Chiron's greatest gifts in the ninth house is exposing beliefs that have been quietly limiting your growth. Perhaps you've believed you were not smart enough. It's too late for you to start over. People like you don't succeed. You stay where you are, or you feel you have to stay where you are. Your dreams are too unrealistic. You're not qualified. Those beliefs often didn't begin with you. They may have been inherited from family, culture, education, or society. Chiron encourages you to examine every belief you've accepted without question. Because not every belief you've inherited belongs in your future. This transit is about a spiritual awakening. So for many Virgo risings, this transit marks the beginning of a profound spiritual awakening. This doesn't necessarily mean changing your religion. It means developing a more personal relationship with spirituality. So you may become more interested in astrology, meditation, energy healing, ancient wisdom, psychology, mysticism, philosophy, conscious studies, mindfulness, and comparative religion. Rather than accepting someone else's answers, you'll begin searching for your own. Faith becomes personal, not inherited. So during this transit, you could become the student again. The ninth house loves learning. During this transit, you may feel drawn towards education in ways you never expected. So perhaps you'll return back to school. Maybe you'll earn a certification, or perhaps learn a new language. Maybe study astrology or explore psychology. Maybe you'll just read more books during this time. You could take online courses, develop professional expertise, learn from mentors. Chiron reminds you that it's never too late to become the student. Every new lesson expands your understanding of what's possible. During the transit, you could become a teacher. Interestingly enough, Chiron often transforms students into teachers. So after healing your own beliefs, you may discover a desire to help others. So you could be teaching classes. Maybe you're writing a book. You could be starting a YouTube channel, getting into public speaking, possibly coaching, or maybe mentoring. You could also be publishing educational content or simply sharing your life experiences. People often trust Chiron when it teaches from lived experiences, not just theory. Your challenges become your credentials. So there could be, during this transit, travel changes your perspective. So the ninth house governs long distance travel and international experiences. Some Virgo risings may visit new countries, relocate abroad, study overseas, explore different cultures, connect with people from different backgrounds. These experiences don't simply change your location, they change your perspective. Travel often becomes a catalyst for healing because it allows you to see life through new eyes. Sometimes the greatest journey isn't across the world. It's beyond the limits of your own thinking. Taurus brings practical wisdom. Unlike fast-moving signs, Taurus wants lasting understanding. This transit encourages you to build wisdom slowly. You'll likely become less interested in chasing every new trend or more interested in developing beliefs that stand the test of time. You'll seek knowledge that helps you build your stability, inner peace, financial wisdom, emotional resilience, long-term purpose. You're going to stop asking what's popular and begin asking what's true. So during this transit, there's going to be healing through purpose. You may begin questioning, is this career really aligned with my soul? Am I living someone else's dream? What legacy do I want to leave? Those questions aren't meant to create uncertainty. They're designed to guide you towards greater alignment. Purpose isn't something you find overnight. It's something you uncover, one decision at a time. Some could be working with legal and ethical matters during this transit. You may become more aware of living in alignment with your personal values. Some people will resolve legal matters during this time. Others advocate for causes they deeply believe in. Integrity becomes increasingly important. You'll likely feel less willing to compromise your principles with temporary awards. And with every transit, there's a shadow or challenging side. You may experience questioning long-held beliefs during this transit, possibly spiritual doubt, maybe feeling lost, changing educational or career paths, fear of leaving your comfort zone, frustration with outdated belief systems, feeling disconnected from your previous sense of purpose. These experiences they're not that you're losing your way. Often they're signs that you're just discovering it. So there's a gift with Chiron in the 9th house. During this transit, or by the end of this transit, you may realize that the greatest journey wasn't the places you visited. It was the transformation of your mind. You'll trust your own wisdom. You'll stop living according to beliefs that no longer resonate. You'll become more open-minded while remaining grounded. You'll teach from experience rather than theory. You'll understand that growth requires curiosity. And you'll discover that true freedom begins the moment you allow yourself to think differently. This is a powerful transit for teachers, writers, and content creators. Virgo risings who create educational content, this becomes one of the most rewarding transits of your career. Whether you're teaching astrology, spirituality, coaching, writing books, creating courses, or building a YouTube channel, Chiron helps you to realize that people connect most deeply with authenticity. Your willingness to share what you've learned through your own journey can become the very thing that inspires others to begin theirs. So this is an excellent transit for publishing a book, launching educational programs, building an online audience, speaking at conferences, becoming a mentor, creating meaningful content that changes lives. So what are the practical ways to work with this transit? Examine beliefs you've accepted without questioning where they came from. Read books that challenge and expand your perspective. Travel when possible, even if it's simply exploring places that expose you to new ideas. Take classes or certifications that align with your passions. Journal about evolving spiritual beliefs and life purpose. Share your knowledge with others, even if you're still learning. Stay open to growth while remaining grounded in your personal values. So the final message here, if you're a Virgo rising, Chiron's journey through Taurus in your 9th house is one of the most inspiring and liberating chapters of your life. The 2026 preview introduces themes of wisdom, faith, education, purpose, and spiritual growth. When Chiron settles into Taurus in 2027, you'll have many years to rebuild your belief system on foundation and lived experiences instead of inherited assumptions. By the time this transit is complete, you may discover that the greatest destination wasn't a university, a foreign country, or a spiritual retreat. It was a new understanding of yourself, because Chiron in the 9th house teaches that healing doesn't only happen in the heart, it also happens in the mind. When you heal your beliefs, you change your decisions. When you change your decisions, you change your direction. And when you change your direction, you change your life. That is the lasting gift of Chiron and Taurus through the 9th house. The wisdom you gain through your own healing journey becomes the light that helps others find their way. So if you like this kind of content and you find it to be helpful, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. This helps the channel to grow, and it helps to push this content out to others who need it just like you do. So until the next one, I hope you find this well. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon.